Hello guys, welcome to something new, a supplement video, an attachment to Kadic reviews known as Nirvana's Judgement. Now, I have been known to be very highly opinionated on video games. I tend to have many different opinions on video games. This series, connected with future Kadic reviews, will explain how I came to my final verdicts, as well as explain my overall opinions on the game in question. The game in question here is Madden NFL 21. A game that, if you've read the internet, is loaded in controversy, has the lowest Metacritic rating ever. Review bombing because that's what idiots on the internet do in 2020 with something they hate instead of coming up with something actually constructive to do with their lives. And hashtags aplenty. NFL drop EA, blah blah blah. But you don't need me to tell you that. Other fools on YouTube like Soft Drink TV and Ryan Moody 21 will fulfill your idiocy quotient if you tend to subscribe to that. And oh, by the way, with these videos, the handcuffs are off. I do not care what you think. I do not. I will not skinny my opinion. It's coming, and it's coming hard. But in the case of Madden NFL 21, the haters have a point, but not a very good point. Madden 21's biggest problem is the problems, but not of this year, collectively. If you ask any of the haters, they will tell you that the last great Madden was Madden NFL 08. A game loaded with a very deep franchise mode, very good on the field gameplay, and presentation to boot back at the 360 era. Some will say Madden 13, but I tend to disagree with both takes. But since Madden 14, aka Madden NFL 25, EA's ran into a bit of a problem. And all the problems have come to roost with this game. Its biggest problem, and I even spoke of this last year in the Madden NFL 20 review, is the Frostbite engine, or more or less, the unequipedness of the Frostbite engine. You see, it's ill equipped to do a game like this. It's ill equipped to do any sports game.
Yeah, they're good that way.
It's ill equipped to do an RPG or several. Hell, it's even becoming ill equipped to do the game that it was designed for, Battlefield. The Frostbite 4 engine is an absolute dumpster fire of trash that does Madden NFL 21, let alone any other EA game of the last 7 years, any favors. There's really only one game that I would say, quote unquote, worked with the new engine, and that would be Battlefield 4. Other than that, the engine has been total complete garbage. And this with it being a very limited animations engine. Keep in mind, BioWare had to build the animation suite for animations to work on the engine when they worked on Dragon Age Inquisition. Keep in mind, the engine, once again, was not built with animations in mind until Dragon Age Inquisition was made for basic movements such as reloading, shooting a gun, or basic movement. It wasn't meant to do third person animations or any kind of movement in that space. Since then, the Frostbite 4 engine has gone through many alterations to its animation suite. However, because the animation suite is limited in itself, combined with the engine's limitations as a base engine, everything else that the engine is meant to do well breaks under the weight of it. And also, the animations are, well, as you would expect, limited, terrible, nigh executable, and tried to do that while also trying to come up with complex calculations on a football sim of having 22 people on a field at once, and having animations run for all 22 of those people, and graphics and the like. And you can see why Madden for the last 7 years has been such utter trash in terms of animations and realism to the sport. But here's the counter argument and the truth. Madden has never been, nor never will, despite people's highly snooty, elite, almost like rich people demands that it be, because the NFL has to be even marketed a certain way to you to be conducive, acceptable. Madden will never be a sim game, nor has it. Here's my Madden experience. I have played every Madden video game, sans the one on PC in 1989. So, I've seen the evolution of this series. I've seen its highs, I've seen its lows, and trust me, when it gets low, it gets low. Madden 2000, Madden 06, and yes, in retrospect, Madden 25. However, at least those games were playable. At least they functioned and worked with very few crashes. 21 is also the same. It works. The servers and online play, when connecting well, function as intended. Menus are a bit slow, yes, but those will be patched. However, the on-field gameplay, no matter how much they patch it, it cannot be patched. Why? Because the Frostbite engine is ill-equipped to handle patches and changes built upon each other. It is just a poorly constructed video game engine. If it was not for the creation engine, and I'm putting this on public record, it would be the worst video game engine in terms of creating a video game in the history of everything. And a certain subset of people are asking a video game development team with this bad of an engine to create a game that is even partially real to the sport, which is an unattainable dream, even if all the things were built and constructed perfectly. To do this, it would take a 4 to 5 year project. It would take a brand new engine being built from the ground up. Physics first. Every NFL player that suits up in the modern day NFL would have to provide motion capture, facial capture, and animation capture to properly propel this game in the right direction. Physics and wind would have to be taken in real time with actual wind or the use of wind tunnels, ball trajectory, and otherwise. Plus, commentary would have to be done in multiple audio tracks under multiple studios. The footage for the stadiums, they already do well. And of course, presentation would have to be updated. Even after all this, all of it would have to be coded into this brand new engine with one unified team consisting of, my guess, about 75 people. And this hypothetical Madden game would have to take a 5 year, uninterrupted, unchanged, undelayed development cycle. What would this mean for Madden? Well, it would mean no Madden for at least 3 years minimum. No game, no updates, nothing for 3 years.
Are you doing anything for dinner or?
Mm-mm. No.
No. Okay. Do you need anything at all?
Nope.
Nope.
However, the big shocker of all of it is the NFL. The very thing that is being asked to drop the Madden license. They wouldn't wait the 3 or 4 years necessary to develop this game. They would drop the license. And where do you think the license would go? Well, 2K, of course. If you listen to the dummies on the internet, they'll tell you that 2K is the NFL savior. I'll tell you the truth. The truth they've forgotten. The 2K you are asking to take over the NFL license is not the 2K that created ESPN NFL 2K5. It is a microtransaction pit run by Take-Two Interactive, built off the currency known as VC, horrible internet servers, glitches that are far worse than anything the Frostbite 4 engine could produce. Heck, just look at WWE 2K20 for your ultimate bags of evidence there.
There's the M&Ms that Mom got for you.
Let alone the multitudes and multitudes of technical glitches in their NBA series. Imagine having an always online, never to be able to play offline football experience that, yes, would get the animations and on field gameplay you might desire because their physics engine is the only thing excellent. But imagine that with all the microtransactions, VC corner points, and grind walls necessary of my career. On top of the Ultimate Team mode that would no doubt exist in my team. Yes, the online franchise would be the level of depth that you would ask for. But of course, you would have to pay $70 for it. or 100 for the good stuff. On top of that, online servers would be a crapshoot. Just play any 2K game ever to witness that. Bad shooting controls, complications to things that would otherwise be basic, changing controls that would work into something that doesn't. Look at WWE 2K20 yet again for evidence of this. Presentation would be the only thing that I could say consistently would improve under this, on top of the gameplay. So again, it becomes a question of, do you go with the demon you know or the demon you don't? My thought is you go with the demon you know. Why? Because at least the servers will work, at least the online will work, and at least they'll keep the microtransactions limited to now 2 modes. But I look at the yard as a separate game, just transplanted into Madden. This is NFL Street 4, is the yard, without being called NFL Street, because they wouldn't bother building the engine again with that to make the yard into its own separate video game as it should be. But where it stands, it's got a pretty good starting point and is the shiniest part of this otherwise tough game. But nobody in this discussion is bringing up the obvious struggles on top of the bad engine that the COVID virus has brought. Remember, the development team is separated and at home. They probably haven't even communicated with each other face to face in the same room in about 2 years now. New content updates and patches will come as fast as they can. I expect the patch stuff and Ultimate Team updates to be slower than they would be any previous year. Yes, they promise franchise updates and add ons to franchise mode eventually. But when's eventually? 6 months? 3 months? We don't know given the current situation. And just like I said in the review, just the fact that this game exists and came out on time is a miracle and worthy of condemnment to this team, despite the condition it's in. There are some things that can be fixed. Unfortunately, Madden NFL 21 is not one of them. Because of its piss poor and badly designed engine that is at the core of EA's very existence, there is no way that Madden NFL 21 could ever succeed in being the football sim that it is, despite the fact that it can never be one. Madden for me is like my fantasy football teams. Something that I enjoy to do every year just for the fun of it. It is the number one way that I consume the NFL. I know, I know. There will be plenty that will say there are other options rather than this game, but I choose not to. I cannot bother to watch real football games anymore. The last real football game I watched from beginning to end was the Super Bowl this year. And it will probably end up that way again. If I do watch real football, it will probably be through the Red Zone channel. I don't care about the X's and O's. I don't care about the strategy or the pageantry or any of the crap about football. I don't care about it. In fact, I typically don't like fans of it. Yep, I don't actually like the people who do watch it with passion. I am a Madden fan. Have always been a Madden fan. I am not a fan of sports. I am not a fan of leagues. I am not a fanatic. I am a Madden player. And a Madden player all by itself. I don't need franchise depth. I don't need updated depth charts. I don't need the ability to have offensive or defensive coaches or even coaching lines. I don't need accurate animations. I don't need these things, and I don't care about these things. To me, Madden is a good time, a distraction, especially this year. Boy, do we need distractions. Madden is a distraction from all the stupid people that I hear on the internet. A way to tune them out, to enjoy life, to enjoy video games. And that's what Madden is. A decent, despite itself, video game. Is it worth the $90 I spent? Yes, to me. It will always be. It will never not be. There's not any situation that EA could possibly do to make me not buy this game. It is tradition. It's like Thanksgiving turkey. And I like it that way. I really do. This is not hyperbole. This is not going against the grain. The people that know me and have discussed this game in the past with me know this already, but I am making it public record now. And I'm hoping this video stands as a testament. I am the casual of most casual. I am the target audience, although I play Ultimate Team with no money spent. Not one. But I am the target audience. I used a $100 Microsoft gift card collected through Microsoft Rewards this year to purchase the game. So in truth, I got it for free. But I do it again. Not because the game isn't quality, it's because I wanted to be sure to get it all. Like I do every year. There will be 300 to 400 hours spent here grinding out the best Ultimate Team possible. Maybe face the franchise completion, perhaps a few more online games than usual. But in this time of upheaval, economic unrest, and health unrest, I need a distraction. Madden NFL 21 is, and just like next year and the year after that, will continue to be the distraction to the most unfavorable parts of my life. If you want it to be a sim football game, by all power to you. Fight that fight, but understand that you will lose it. Every year, your disappointment will continue to compound, while I, understanding that it is fantasy football at its height, and built like it will continue to enjoy the game. August for me is still Christmas Day. Santa might not look as good as he used to, but to me, Santa is Santa. Even if the Christmases before were so much better, Christmas is still Christmas. And for me, it will always be Madden season. Find peace in your own Nirvana. Thanks for watching.